Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
How to watch Preston vs Liverpool in US and UK TV channel, live stream, early team news. Liverpool returns for its first preseason game of the summer today in incredibly difficult circumstances. The match at Preston North End will represent the first since the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. Arne Slot's side has not played since the final day of the Premier League season against Crystal Palace, but there are now fewer than 5 weeks to go until the opener at Anfield against Bournemouth. Before then, the Reds are travelling to Asia to face AC Milan and Yokohama Marinos, and also face Athletic Club and have the Community Shield. Preparations for the new campaign have long been underway. At the back end of last season, with the Premier League title wrapped up, Slot was able to rotate his side and give some extra rest to key men. And since then, Liverpool has made some exciting additions to its team. Florian Wirtz is the standout, and he could play his first minutes in a red shirt later today. So too could fellow signings Georgi Mamardashvili, Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, Armin Pexi and Freddie Woodman. Slot is likely to use a large roster of players at Deepdale as everyone is eased back into action. Stefan Bajcetic is injured while Harvey Elliott and Tyler Morton were in international action for England U21s this summer. They are likely to get more time off, though everyone else should be back. In the UK, the match will be shown live on terrestrial television, on ITV1. This was a decision that was taken before the news about Jota, with the channel taking the chance to show the Premier League champions. In the US, the game is set to be streamed on the CBS Sports Golazo network. Coverage will also be available in the build-up to kickoff on both LFC TV and Liverpool's official YouTube channel. You'll Never Walk Alone will be played ahead of kickoff as part of the tributes to Jota and his brother, André Silva. Meanwhile, the hosts are set to lay a wreath near the away supporters. A minute's silence will be observed in Jota and Silva's memory before the game begins, with digital tributes being displayed on screen and across pitch-side LEDs. Both sets of players will also wear black armbands. Preston has also created a commemorative matchday program which features written tributes to Jota and Silva. That will be available for free to those who have match tickets. Earlier this week, it was confirmed by Liverpool that Jota's number 20 jersey will be retired in his honour. In news that was confirmed at 8:20 p.m. UK time, 20.20, the Reds said the decision was taken after a consultation with Jota's wife, Ruth, and the player's family. As a club, we were all acutely aware of the sentiment of our supporters, and we felt exactly the same way, FSG CEO of football Michael Edwards told the official club website. It was vitally important to us to involve Diogo's wife, Ruth, and his family in the decision and to ensure they were the first to know of our intention. I believe this is the first time in Liverpool Football Club's history that such an honour has been bestowed upon an individual. Therefore, we can say this is a unique tribute to a uniquely wonderful person. By retiring this squad number, we are making it eternal, and therefore never to be forgotten. Diogo joined us in 2020, he won us number 20, and he wore, with honour, distinction and affection, the number 20. As far as Liverpool Football Club is concerned, he will be forever our number 20. Liverpool lineups for Preston North End as Florian Wirtz and 3 others make debuts. Liverpool play their first preseason friendly of the summer today, July 13th, when they travel to Deepdale to take on Championship side Preston North End, 3 p.m. kickoff. It will be a match tinged with sadness for the Premier League champions. For it will be their first since the tragic death of their striker, Diogo Jota, and his brother, André Silva, in a car crash in Spain on Thursday, July 3rd. Now life for the devastated Reds squad has to move on. They returned to training on Tuesday, July 8th, and now must return to the field of play against Preston this afternoon. Ahead of the game, our writers take a look at the lineup Liverpool head coach Arne Slot could name. Beyond very emotional scenes as Liverpool take to the field for the first time since Diogo Jota's tragic passing, it is very difficult to predict what to expect from the Reds against Preston. I'm going to take a punt and suggest that Arne Slot might use the box midfield formation, as he did at times last preseason and during the campaign. Such a setup would see Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo start on the wings, with record signing Florian Wirtz making an unofficial debut alongside Dominic Szoboszlai as the two number 10s. Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis Mac Allister, assuming he has fully shaken off the niggling injury that ruled him out at the back end of last season, to complete the box. This is purely speculative, but because Alisson Becker was the only Liverpool player in his own clothes rather than training wear when they paid a group visit to the memorial site in honor of Jota and his brother, Andre Silva, on Friday afternoon, I wonder if he started preseason a little later than his teammates. He was reportedly in Portugal for his late teammate's 7th-day Mass on Wednesday. As a result, I'm going to start Georgi Mamardashvili in goal, as the Georgian also gets an unofficial debut from the start. Jeremy Frimpong will have to wait, though not very long, for a substitute appearance. Connor Bradley can start at right back with Milos Kerkez making a maiden appearance on the opposing flank. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate then complete the 11. Paul Wheelock. This feels strange to write and almost trivial to write. But as the brave Liverpool players are showing by returning to training and now returning to action, life must indeed go on. Understandably, there has been no footage from the AXA training center this week. Instead, the focus has quite rightly been on Diogo Jota and Andre Silva, and the tributes that continue to be paid outside Anfield to the brothers. That makes it difficult to predict a lineup. But in that same spirit of trying to return to some kind of normality, here goes. There is a debut in goal for Georgi Mamardashvili, a debut at right back for Jeremy Frimpong, and a debut at left back for Milos Kerkez. Captain Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate start in the middle. Richard Hughes masterclass to deliver Liverpool the perfect centre-forward after clear green light. Liverpool have reportedly stepped up their pursuit of top striker target Hugo Ekitike after learning of Newcastle United's intentions to try and hijack a deal, with clubs seemingly given the green light to move for the impressive frontman. The Reds have turned to the Eintracht Frankfurt attacker after being priced out of a move for their initial number 1 target, Alexander Isak, despite also being put off by the German club's asking price of £86 million, €100 million $116 million, for Ekitike. However, there is belief that Frankfurt will ultimately lower that fee in order to secure the sale of one of their prized assets, news that has alerted a number of clubs, including Liverpool and Newcastle. The France under-21 international scored 22 goals and laid on 12 assists in 48 games for all competitions for the Bundesliga outfit last season. However, the fact that Frankfurt recently signed former Manchester United target Jonathan Burkert as his potential replacement has ramped up talk that Ekitike could well be on the move. Indeed, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Liverpool are working on a deal but need to offload former record signing Darwin Núñez first, although Newcastle joining the running for Ekitike has now seen them up the ante to try and get a deal over line. As per a report from Friday, Anfield intermediaries, including highly rated sporting director Richard Hughes, have informed Frankfurt that the Reds will soon begin official talks to try and forge an agreement. As for the player himself, it's reported that Ekitike is thrilled at the prospect of joining the current Premier League champions, where he would be a guaranteed starter. The same cannot be said if he ends up moving to St. James Park, where Isak is undroppable and Eddie Howe rarely plays two central strikers. However, for Liverpool, it's a case of getting Núñez out the door as quickly as possible in order to then turn their interest in a player who was showered with praise for his performances last season into a big-money new signing for Arne Slot. Ekitike dubbed the perfect centre-forward. If Hughes can strike a deal for Ekitike, Liverpool will be signing one of the most sought-after attacking players in European football, adding to their already impressive summer of additions so far. The Reds have already smashed their transfer record to land Florian Wirtz, while two new full-backs have also walked through the door in Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez. Frenchman Ekitike would give them a new number 9 with pace, power and lethal finishing ability, who drew plenty of praise for what he delivered on the pitch last season. Indeed, former England midfielder Owen Hargreaves was particularly impressed with what he has seen from Ekitike, who he sees as a player who can go right to the top. Speaking to TNT Sports about the 23-year-old during Frankfurt's run to the Europa League quarter-finals, where they were knocked out by eventual winners Tottenham, Hargreaves said, "The thing that impresses me about him, even in the warm-up, the size of him and technically, he's very good, his link-up play is really good, he's a great finisher, he's got everything, he looks like the perfect centre-forward." If you think about the best of the best, England and France have some of the best young talents in the world. They played about a month ago. Our England under-21 team is brilliant. He scored a hat-trick. He's at an incredible level already. He's gone to PSG. He's at Frankfurt. He's going to go right to the top. Due praise indeed for a player who could very soon be plying his trade in the Premier League. Liverpool will just be hoping that it is for them. Liverpool FC team news versus Preston. Available squad for preseason friendly. Arne Slot will take his side to Deepdale on Sunday afternoon under extremely emotional circumstances, with the first friendly to take place just over a week after Diogo Jota's passing. The match got the go-ahead after the squad and staff members were consulted on their return to training earlier this week, with tributes to honor Jota and his brother Andre before kickoff. With Liverpool's return to training not documented, it leaves plenty of question marks as to the available squad for the first friendly of preseason. There is no certainty over who is fit or even ready to return to the pitch, but every senior player has reported back to the club this week, including the new signings. Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, Georgi Marmardashvili, Freddie Woodman and Armin Pexi have all had their first day and will be in contention. Alisson may not be involved after returning from Brazil late last week and visiting Portugal for Jota's seventh-day Mass on Thursday, which Luis Diaz also attended. Fellow leaders Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah and Andy Robertson are all present and could lead the way on an emotional afternoon. There could yet be a place in the squad for younger players, though, including Ben Doak, Trey Nyoni, James McConnell, Amara Nallo and Rion Gumaha. Stefan Bajcetic, however, is not fit after hamstring surgery in May, while a report states Harvey Elliott nor Tyler Morton will be involved despite being spotted with the squad on Friday. As the subject of transfer interest, the level of Darwin Núñez and Diaz's involvement at Deepdale remains to be seen. Liverpool enter Rodrigo battle with Arsenal, but transfer hinges on one exit. Liverpool are prepared to enter the race for Rodrigo, whose Real Madrid future appears incredibly uncertain, with Arsenal heavily linked with the Brazilian. There is a new manager at the helm at the Bernabeu with Xabi Alonso replacing Carlo Ancelotti, who had previously put his faith in Rodrigo. The forward's game time has massively decreased, and he has lost his starting spot over the summer. Arsenal want to bolster their forward line, but are closing in on the signing of Noni Madueke from Chelsea. It remains to be seen whether that would see their interest in Rodrigo cool, which could open the door for Liverpool if they needed to fill a hole in their squad. RMC Sport reports that the Reds will consider making a move, but only if they end up losing Luis Diaz this summer. The Colombian continues to be linked with pastures new as Barcelona and Bayern Munich circle, but they want to retain the winger despite his contract winding down. Diaz has 2 years left on his deal and has been open about his talks with those at Anfield, but so far no agreement has been found regarding his future. He told Colombian influencer Mauricio Gomez, "We're there, negotiating. We'll see what can be achieved, for us and for the club. We'll try to do our best and make the best decision." Earlier this week Rio were humbled 4-0 by PSG in the Club World Cup semi-finals, and Rodrigo watched the match from the bench, where he sat for the 5th consecutive match. Los Blancos won't let him go on the cheap, with UOL Sport in Brazil claiming they want offers of around €100 million, £86 million, before they consider cashing in. Real boss Alonso was quizzed on his decision to again leave out Rodrigo and said, "The fact that he didn't play again is a game-by-game decision. The way things were going, we needed another player. There haven't been any decisions about the future throughout this entire championship." Diaz claimed at the end of the season that there was nothing unusual about him assessing his options as he considered his next move, but underlined his happiness at Anfield after proving how influential he can be with 17 goals in all competitions en route to the Premier League title. He said, "We're talking to clubs, It's normal in the market, and we're looking at what's best for us. I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm very happy at Liverpool, I've always said so. They've welcomed me very well from day one. If they give us a good renewal or I stay there for 2 years, I'll be happy. Now it's up to them. Join our new WhatsApp community and receive your daily dose of Mirror football content. We also treat our community members to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us and our partners. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.